Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Standing. My name is Beth, and I am here with a Friday Reads video. So I haven't done one in a while, um, but I kind of don't have anything else to do, guys. I mentioned in my book haul a couple of days ago that I was sick. I did pop for COVID, so I'm actually in the 5-day isolation period. Luckily, my girls are going to school where my mom teaches this year because they have a whole day head start and a band and a coach that the big one loves and had done some basketball camp with. And so they're good. They're over there, and all I have to do is focus on feeling better. Um, However, the way that this is attacking me is that I can't get up and do things. I feel okay, internally. I mean, my chest hurts a little. All the congestion's kind of settling in there, doing what my body normally does, which is try to give me bronchitis no matter what actually started it. Um, However, if I'm getting up trying to do laundry, do dishes, organize things, it's not working out well for me. I get lightheaded and exhausted super easily. So instead, I'm reading. This week, I'm going to hold up this book, which is actually something I'm hoping to read within the next few days. This is Adult Assembly Required by Abby Waxman. At the beginning of the week, I read The Garden of Small Beginnings, which came out in 2017. Finished it, loved it. It's amazing. I had previously read The Bookish Life of Nina Hill and had never read the first book in their companion novels. So I read The Garden of Small Beginnings, loved it, gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's absolutely fabulous. I am currently rereading The Bookish Life of Nina Hill, which I have a physical copy of somewhere. And I'm trying to remember if I made my little sister take it. But I could have sworn I've seen it recently on my shelf, and I went to where I thought it was and I couldn't find it. And I've looked everywhere and I can't find it. But I'm still just overrun with things from my old classroom that I just brought everything here and I haven't moved most of the books or any of that. So it's probably in a stack somewhere. But I'm listening to the audiobook. And I'm about a third of the way through and I'm loving it again. Of course, I loved it the first time. I'm loving it again. When I get done with that, I'm going to read Adult Assembly Required, also by Abby Waxman. So those are my adult books. I don't know why they are adult books. Those are my adult books that I'm reading. But I also wanted, because I don't have the physical copy of Nina Hill, I wanted a physical book so I could sit there and turn the pages and feel like I'm doing something with my life. So what I did last night was I picked 3 of my middle grade books that I need to read. I have so many of those, as you know. So I picked 3 that I had been super excited about and then got the new job and haven't really had a chance to go through. And I thought I was going to do just a read a chapter tag. And I sat down and started reading, and I'm just kind of switching back and forth between them at this point. I've read the first 2 chapters of all of them. So this one is What Stars Are Made Of by Sarah Allen. And I have read the first 2 chapters of this one. I am on page 17. And our main character is, what is her name? Libby? Yeah, Libby loves science, and she is kind of quiet. She was born with a heart that was 3 sizes too big. And so she has some health issues, and she very much is not someone who has a lot of friends at school. Because of that is what I'm getting so far. And so she finds out about famous people, especially scientists, and she learns all she can about them, and she talks to them in her head. In the second chapter, she talks about how the library is her best friend. She doesn't have a physical person best friend. The room that is the library at her school is her best friend. and it's just like, I am very much enjoying this. And then in a completely like different way, I'm very much enjoying The Tiny Mansion by Kier Graff. This is about a little girl who just finished the 7th grade. She has kind of seems like a hippie set of parents. Her dad, stepmom, and little 5-year-old brother, they're very poor. And her dad built this tiny house for a couple who then could not pay him for the tiny house. And so, because they needed to vacate where they were, now they are living in a tiny house that they're kind of moving around. And they have found a spot to park the tiny house. And she went exploring in the woods around there and found like a fence and a beware sign, and goes in and like gets chased out by, it sounded kind of like mastiffs or greyhounds. I'm not 100% sure. But she heard a voice like yelling at them, and she turns around to look, and there's a boy about her age, but like who's looking very haughty. And in my mind, I imagined young Draco Malfoy, that kind of description. So I am very much looking forward to that. I am also about to start chapter 3 in this book, and that is on page 19. One of the things that appealed to me about these books were that they had very short chapters, so that my brainwaves could work with that. Then my final book that I'm hoping to read this weekend is The In Between by Marina Cohen. Now this one I'm about to start chapter 5 on page 25. This one is following, I think Quinn is our main character. She's the one that we are getting kind of narration from. And her best friend, Kara, and her family are moving. They are moving away, and Quinn and Kara's family invites Quinn to go with them on a trip to Nevada before they move away. I think Nevada is where they are moving to, and so everything has been shipped down there. And then they've got like the car packed up with Kara and Kara's brother Jack, the mom, the dad, and then Quinn. And they are like, right now they're still driving towards Nevada, but Quinn's going to spend like the second half of summer vacation helping unpack the house and just hanging out with her best friend before they have to separate and go to school in different areas for the first time since kindergarten. But it's very odd. There's like a humming sound that only Quinn has been able to hear. They stopped at a diner that was very weird and only sold grilled cheeses. And now they are at an inn called The In Between. And it is in like this gorgeous Victorian mansion with beautiful gardens around it in the middle of the desert between California and Nevada, maybe. I am not 100% sure. But they're moving from Denver, so everything is just like really weird to them. And there's been a lot of talk about aliens already, because they're like, oh my gosh, Jack is like, oh my gosh, Area 51, blah, blah, blah. So it's very interesting and fun, and I'm looking forward to reading more. I'm not going to lie, this is probably going to be the first one I finish. But yeah, those are the things that I'm hoping to read this weekend. I am supposed to be quarantined, let's see, for 5 days, and I popped on Tuesday, so I guess through tomorrow. But I think I'm just gonna stay home until I have to go to work on Monday. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I can read all 5 books that I'm hoping to read, because like I said, my brain is not working properly. I'm actually doing a lot of watching like RuPaul's Drag Race. I've never watched it, but I love RuPaul. So I started on season 1, and I'm like 4 episodes in, and it's hilarious, but also my brain can't take it, so I'm watching like an episode and then I have to take a break, and it's a lot, guys. If you've ever watched it, you know, and if you haven't watched it, it's a bunch of catty drag queens and they're fun. But anyway, yeah, these are the books I'm reading. Let me know if you've read any of them, if you want me to go into more detail about any of them. Monday starts my fall semester of grad school, and so all of those books that I hauled a couple of days ago are going to come into play. So by the end of the year, I will have read at least 25 more books, probably more than that. Yeah, that's it. Went away, guys. My brain decided to leave, so I'm done. I hope you guys are having a great day. You had a great week, and you're going to have an amazing weekend. Stay safe out there, everyone.